Hello and welcome to John R. Wooden Gymnasium on the campus of Martinsville High School for a conference matchup. Tonight, the Quakers of Plainfield come to town to take on your Martinsville Artesians. It's all brought to you on the MHS Rewind YouTube channel and IHSAA TV. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jack Reeves, and I'm joined alongside my broadcast partner, Bo Dilley. And Bo, the Artesians were in action almost a week ago with a rough loss to Columbus North.
Well, Jack, Martinsville did in fact lose to the Bulldogs last Saturday, 66-40, but that was after starting their season out 2-0 with wins over Edgewood and Greenwood. Grady Gardner has been a very key player for the Arties this year. Sophomore is averaging 18.3 points a game, and he's shooting over 40% from three. Coach Staggs told us that this team has had lots of trouble starting off games strong. Jack, they only scored 6 against Edgewood, 6 against Greenwood, and 4 against Columbus North in the first quarter of each of those 3 games. Getting off to a good start is going to be crucial for Martinsville tonight. Coach Staggs also told us that the size advantage for Plainfield is going to be tough to match up with.
That's right, Bo. On the other side of the court, it is the Plainfield Quakers who have started their season hot, sitting at 3-1 with their only loss being to Carmel, who is a traditional powerhouse team.
Well, yeah, Jack, one thing you need to know about this Plainfield team is that they're very good shooters. They average over 60 points per game as a team, and they're also led by their sophomore Noah Smith, who averages 14.5. But another player to look out for is their athletic 6'7" forward Colin Schmidt. When talking to head coach Andy Weaver, he told us that one of the strengths of this team is how balanced they are.
Well, Bo, what are the Artesians planning on doing tonight to secure the win?
Well, Jack, Martinsville's going to have to keep them on the glass. They have 5 players over 6'2", Plainfield does, and they get a lot of second chance opportunities. They average 8 offensive rebounds a game. And they also are not going to be able to let Ellis and Schmidt get hot. Those two average a combined 25 points a game.
And for Plainfield?
Yeah, Jack, Quakers are going to have to defend the three-point line. Martinsville shoots on average over 25 three-pointers a game, which is a lot. And they're also going to have to move and share the ball. Like I said before, this Plainfield team, they're very balanced. And they got 3 players that average double figures. And they also need to take high percentage shots. They're going to have to get inside the paint. They got to use their size advantage as they have 3 guys that are taller than Martinsville's tallest guy.
That's right, Bo. We're now going to send it down to our PA announcer, Matt Smith, for the national anthem and starting lineups.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you're able. Remove your hats and face the flag as the honor record with the pledge of allegiance followed by the national anthem. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starters for tonight's matchup. First, for the Quakers. At point guard, a 5'11" senior, number 20, Eli Ellis. At the other guard, a 6'3" freshman, number 22, Harper Higgins. At point forward, a 6'8" sophomore, number 2, Noah Smith. At another forward, a 6'7" senior, number 11, Schmidt. And then the forward, a 6'1" junior, number 12, Colton East. Head coach of the Lakers, Andy Weaver. And now, ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet because it's time to meet tonight's starting lineup for your Martinsville Martinsville. First up, the Blue Lions Players of the Week. Playing for Poston and Perry Elementaries. Grayson Ferguson. Grayson's the son of Brian and Daniel Ferguson. Mason Long, son of Willie Long and Lindsay Spina. And celebrating his 10th birthday tonight, Titus Drake, son of Jeremy and Abby Drake. Happy birthday, Titus. The sponsor of the week is Shields Windshield. At one guard, a 5'11" junior, number 3, Hunter Stroud. And at the guard, a 5'10" sophomore, number 5, Chase LaFerry. And also the guard, a 6'2" sophomore, number 24, Grady Gardner. At one forward, a 6'4" junior, number 4, A.J. Reynolds. And at the other forward, a 6'2" senior, number 22, Lane Taylor. And coaching the Artesians is Tim Staggs.
Well, folks, we're about to tip off here to begin the game. This should be a fun one.
Jack, it is a packed house in John R. Wooden Gymnasium tonight. I mean, I was rolling in here, and I could not find a spot to park. There are so many cars.
Yeah, I'll give credit where credit is due. Plainfield has done a very good job of filling out their side of the stands.
Yes, they show out for their players for sure.
Schmidt won the tip there, and Plainfield will take over here first on offense.
Yeah, you're definitely going to look to see Plainfield trying to get some mismatches down low with, I mean, it seems like most of their guys are going to have a mismatch over any Martinsville guy, really.
Yeah, this Plainfield team, we will be talking about it all night about their height advantage. Their Colt East missed the little 5-foot floater.
Yeah, but that play was kept alive by Colin Schmidt, and we're right there. I mean, the height advantage just shows. He just reached his arms up, and he tipped the ball out, and thankfully his teammate was there to get it.
Yeah, we talked about the keys to the game. Martinsville's going to need to pull those rebounds down. Plainfield has a quick offensive rebound. Second chance points do not go. Loose ball on the floor. Grady Gardner's fighting for it. And it'll be out on Smith.
Yeah, Ellis did miss that shot, but, I mean, don't let that fool you. He pulled up from Curry range like it was nothing. I mean, that shows that he has confidence in his shot, and he can definitely hit that.
Baker Lands is coming up and pressing Jace LaFerry. Now they bring a second. They get the ball across half court. Hunter Stroud will take the open three in the corner. Bounces off. And Martinsville gets an offensive rebound of their own. Ball's back on the floor. And LaFerry pulls it down.
Yeah, I think that's going to be big for Martinsville tonight is their hustle game. They're not going to it's going to be tough for them to out-rebound them, but it's not going to be tough for them to out-hustle them because that's all just a mental thing.
Grady Gardner, three-pointer to get the game kicked off here.
And if you're a Martinsville fan, that's exactly what you want to see. You want to see your best shooters getting hot early because that's definitely something that Plainfield's capable of as well.
And there they put up a three right back in him. 20 Eli Ellis with the three-pointer.
Yeah, Ellis just says right back at you. I mean, if you hit one, we're going to hit one too.
Here's that press that we thought we might see here from Plainfield. Artesian struggling to get across half court. They're running out of time. They just barely get it across. A.J. Reynolds slings it down to Lane Taylor, and Lane Taylor scores. That is Taylor's first points of the season.
Yeah, Reynolds' eyes were a little bit late to Gardner, who was cutting down the lane. He had an open layup, but It's still a good job by Lane Taylor of attacking the ball when he saw it was loose and going up and scoring. I like it.
Baker lands in the corner, finds Smith. Baker lands is going to drive here. He pulls up, no good, and Reynolds pulls down the rebound. That's
textbook by Reynolds. Boxing out there, getting big, going up for the rebound. That's exactly how you do it.
The Artesians get to set up in their half-court offense. Gardner's looking to push the tempo. Gardner into the post, and he scores.
Yeah, that's something that I noticed about Gardner is this year he's not afraid to just take the ball and drive off rip when he gets it. Usually last year if he was shooting any shots, it was going to be a three-pointer and it was going to be a catch-and-shoot shot. But he's a lot more confident this year just to, when he gets the ball, go and try and make a move and score.
Man, we're seeing a lot of hustle here.
Yeah, I think everybody on the court has hit the ground at least once.
Yeah.
And we're not even halfway through the first quarter.
Yeah, this is seeing a lot of people on the floor, a lot of loose balls. Hunter Stroud was in the thick of it there. Colton East along with Noah Smith will find their way to the bench.
One thing I'm noticing is the Artesians have 7 points, which is more than they've scored in the first quarter in any other 3 games so far, like I said earlier. And so, I mean, that's a really good start. And like I just said as well, we're not even halfway through this one, and Stroud almost adds to it there.
They're going to get...
I think they're getting...
looks like Baker lands maybe on the foul.
I think it is. He went up. Him and Reynolds both went up for the rebound, but Baker lands, swiped across and hit Reynolds' arm, and yeah, they're going to get him for a foul on that every time. But such a good job by Reynolds again on going up and jumping and pinpointing the ball at its highest point. And I mean, that's good stuff by AJ.
Yeah, Reynolds is going to have to do that stuff all night long because, yet again, the height advantage of this Plainfield team is significant.
Yeah, I can't really imagine a better start for Martinsville. I mean, starts are something that they've really struggled with this year, and starts are definitely something that Plainfield has had no problem with. But when you got such a talented team like Plainfield, it's definitely really special when you can start like this and especially force them into taking a timeout early.
Yeah, I got to imagine Coach Staggs in that Martinsville huddle is feeling pretty good about his start here. They're going to have to maintain it, though. This Plainfield team, we know they're aggressive. They're going to get in your face. They might run a press for who knows how long.
Yeah, it looks like we got a Vanderbush in for the Quakers now, and he's a football guy. He's a big football guy. He's committed to Central Michigan, Central Michigan for football.
Eli Ellis went up and got fouled hard by Lane Taylor.
I think, yeah, they teed up Lane Taylor. And he's confused. He doesn't know why.
It just seemed like a hard foul. I don't know if Taylor said something to either Ellis or the refs, but
yeah, I have a feeling he might have said something after because it looked like it was a little bit late for a tech.
Coach Staggs is getting the rundown from one of our officials here.
Yeah, I think officials talking to Lane, telling him why he didn't like whatever Taylor did. Lane was obviously confused there, but
Ellis will shoot the technical free throws. Well, after getting off to a hot start, that's probably the last thing you want to see if you're an Artesian.
Yeah, and I think that's the last person you want to see at the free throw line if you're an Artesian as well. As he is shooting 94% from the line this year, and he gets that first one to go.
Yeah, when I took a look at Eli Ellis' stats, I saw he was 17 of 18 from the line, and I looked at that, and my eyes kind of widened.
Yeah.
They could not let this guy get to the free throw line too much tonight.
Yeah, I mean, add a couple more for him there. And I'd like to make a correction on something I said earlier. Number 10, Caden Vanderbush, is actually committed to Eastern Michigan for football, not Central Michigan. And it was one of them.
Ellis got 4 free throws there.
Yeah, I was going to say, he capitalized there, 4 for 4, got 2 for the technical, and then it was also a shooting foul, so he got 2 for that.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a crucial blow for the Artesians. 4 free throws, Plainfield gets the ball back. Suddenly it's a tie game, and you've lost Lane Taylor for the foreseeable future. Baker Lands is looking for somewhere to go.
Yeah, Martinsville's got their lone senior on the bench now, rolling with kind of the younger guys, which is what they seem to obviously have to do a lot.
Jace LaFerry on transition, and he lays it up and in. Jace LaFerry with the quick transition bucket.
That's something that Martinsville struggled with against Columbus North last weekend. It was something that they were good at getting fast break points, but they didn't do it that often. They often were forced to getting into their offense as hopefully we can get another fast break here. Now they're going to set up in their offense.
LaFerry's going to pop the three. That one's going to be off, and Schmidt pulls down the rebound. Jace LaFerry was feeling himself on that one.
Yeah, he was. I got to give it to him. This place would have erupted if he hit that.
It would have. Artisans are really trying to push the tempo. Schmidt pulls up a little mid-range, doesn't go. It'll be out of bounds on Plainfield.
Yeah, Schmidt has really liked doing that the past couple years. I've watched him play. He gets in the paint and he kind of just does pull-up jumpers because there's no one that's tall enough to really contest the shot. And yeah, he missed that one, but he will make most of them.
Baker Lands is once again contesting LaFerry. Stroud's going to push it to the basket. A tough layup, and he's going to get it.
Martinsville's playing with no fear so far. They're not afraid to go up strong on their layups, and they're playing aggressive and driving. I really like what I'm seeing.
Schmidt on the floater is no good. Reynolds pulls down the rebound. They look up to Grady Gardner. Nearly stepped out of bounds, but he corrals it. Yeah, Hunter Stroud, he's one of those football guys. He's tough, he's strong, and he can get to the basket at will.
Yeah,
there he goes again.
He's definitely not afraid of anybody on this court.
Stroud nearly did it again on that possession. Couldn't get it to fall. Stroud's playing some tough defense here on Baker Lands. He's got nowhere to go. Eli Ellis from deep. No good. They pull down the offensive rebound. And up goes Caden Vanderbush.
Yeah, Vanderbush, another football guy like Stroud, so he is definitely also not afraid to get in the paint and get strong and go up strong.
LaFerry crosses half court. Try to do a little pick and pop action with Gardner. Didn't work. They're going to get A.J. Reynolds on the charge.
Yeah, that's just a really good play there by the Quakers. I mean, good positioning, got the feet set. I do like the aggression from Reynolds, though.
Yeah, he was trying to go in, get strong. He's lowered his shoulder and maybe too much contact. I think they're going to call that one pretty easily most every time. Martinsville's running his zone defense. Eli Ellis finds himself open on the wing. That three-pointer is no good. Hunter Stroud going to the rim. He lost it. That's a turnover. Here goes Baker Lands, and he goes up and scores.
Good news for Martinsville, though. I mean, we're tied at 11-11. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, this Plainfield Quakers team, one of the toughest they will face all year. Gardner, little pull around jumper. That one's good. Grady Gardner with a tough mid-range jump shot. Gardner's got 7 here in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want. You want Gardner to get comfortable and start getting in his bag a little bit. It's good to see.
Chris Arvanitis there posted up A.J. Reynolds and got to the spot he wanted. LaFerry's trying to put the work here on Baker Lands. They're going to get Landon Gilead there on the foul.
Yeah, Coach Weaver for Plainfield told us that he wants to mix up the defense between man and zone, but he's definitely going to play more man, which, I mean, I would too if I were him.
LaFerry at the top of the key thought about a three-pointer, decided not to. Offense, and the Artisans got into the half-court offense.
Yeah, well, it's like what we're seeing right now is just man-to-man defense. Good help side defense is definitely a big part of that, and just communicating is also a big thing.
LaFerry's shot on that drive, on that possession, was no good, but he got back quickly with some quick hands on defense, forced it out of bounds.
Yeah, more on Coach Weaver. He described this Martinsville team as tough and gritty, which is exactly what we're seeing from not just Martinsville, but we're seeing it from both sides tonight.
Yeah, as we already talked about, a lot of loose balls, a lot of people diving on the ground. Each team clearly wants this conference matchup very badly.
Yeah, especially Martinsville. I mean, they are 1-0 in conference play so far, so they're definitely looking to go 2-0.
Plainfield here is saving for the last shot, I do believe. They find Smith in the post, and that little hook shot there is good for Noah Smith. Gardner heaves a full court shot, kind of a little prematurely, hoisted up with about 3.5 seconds left. That shot was no good. That'll conclude our first quarter here. Plainfield is up 15-13. We'll go to break. You're watching Martinsville versus Plainfield High School on the MHS Rewind YouTube channel and IHSAA TV.
At Home Bank, we value our communities. Homegrown. Home style. Home team. Home for the holidays. Your new home. Because at the end of the day, this is your bank. And when a bank really understands your needs, you feel at home.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
We're back here for the second quarter of action, and we got a game on our hands, folks. A 2-point game with the Quakers leading.
Yeah, this is exactly what these Martinsville fans were hoping for. A good game, decent scoring game as well. Lots of hustling, good shooting, obviously.
Speaking of good shooting, that was Baker Lansdale. Popped the three from the wing. LaFerry is feeling the pressure from Baker Lands. I think the three-point shot is exactly what Baker Lands needed to energize his defensive play a little bit, and he is all over LaFerry.
Yeah, he kind of fired himself up with that one, and that one would have been big for LaFerry to have Baker Lands all up in his grill and then just make a move and score. That would have been big for LaFerry and the Artesians.
Lands was moving around like he's not done anything today. He's got all the energy in the world, and Baker Lands with a tough finish. And a timeout by Martinsville. What a sequence by Harper Baker Lands.
I mean, he came out with a different type of passion. I mean, we're only a minute in, and
yeah, that quarter break I think was exactly what Harper Baker Lands needed.
Yeah, he already has 5 early points. Pushes the lead to 7. Now it's 13-20. It was just 15-20. What felt like just a second ago.
Yeah. I mean, it was just a second ago.
Yeah,
Not
really
even
was.
a minute has gone by here in the second quarter. And Harper Baker Lands has gone out and has asserted his dominance against this Martinsville team.
Somebody must have gave that guy a Mountain Dew or something, because he just started off so hot. Sniped the 3 and then finished tough through the defense. You can argue that was an M1 call there.
Yeah, that sequence of LaFerry. They won't stick Baker Lands back on LaFerry, but that is Landon Gilead guarding him.
Yeah, don't be surprised if LaFerry starts to heat up. They stick Baker Lands right back on.
Here comes
he gave him trouble.
Yeah. LaFerry pops the 3 in the corner. That one's over. Grady Gardner with the offensive rebound, and the reverse layup is good.
Yeah, that's good stuff by Grady. He read the shot. He might have had a feeling that it was going to be an air ball. Probably not, but I mean, regardless, he was right there. Just grabbed it right over the Plainfield defender and went right back up with it. I like it.
There's Schmidt on the little turnaround pull-up. It bounces around before it falls.
Yeah, that's his first 2 points of the night, but I said it earlier. I mean, he just likes those. The high post and turnaround jump shots.
Yeah, Schmidt's definitely gotten to the spots where he's won it in the post. He's not been successful with hitting them so far up until that one. Hunter Stroud is pushing it in the paint, and the left-handed finish by Hunter Stroud.
Yeah, I mean, it's Stroud and Gardner. They're really just taking over on the driving aspect of the game. They're neither of them are showing any fear, just going in there tough and finishing good.
Ooh, oh, man, the two big fellas for Plainfield on a little combined effort there. Smith didn't get the little jumper to go, and Schmidt on the other side just got to tap it in.
Yeah, no, there really is not much at all that you can do there if you're Martinsville. You can jump up for that, but the ball didn't go low enough for really anyone else to hit it besides those two towers.
Yeah, it seemed like Schmidt just popped up there with no effort and just tipped it in at the rim. Reese Wolf on the rebound.
Yeah.
He goes up, no good. Mason Dotson on the offensive rebound, and that won't go either.
How about Wolf down there fighting? Two Plainfield defenders on him. He didn't care, just went up for it and came down with it. And yeah, I think Schmidt could have dunked that one if he wanted to, but yeah, he's got 6 points in this quarter alone.
I think Schmidt might have been a little surprised that there was no help in the paint down there. That's something that I can imagine Coach Kip Staggs is not liking too much, that there's no paint help on 6'7" Colin Schmidt.
Yeah, and don't be surprised if Schmidt does throw down a couple here tonight, because I don't think anyone on Martinsville is going to be able to really contest him if he has an open dunk, and I'm sure he'll go for it.
Yeah.
Especially at an away game, quiet the crowd a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's every player's dream, being able to quiet an away crowd. Grady Gardner pulls up from the cheap seats.
Hey, he can hit those though. I'm not mad about that shot. When he pulls up from there, it's not like you're shocked or like what's he doing. We see him hit those often. They are deep.
Gardner loves those open three-pointers, and he'll take them at any given opportunity. Gardner loses it there. Everyone back on the ground again. Loose ball situation. Mason Dotson corrals it.
Yeah, and this is just a little thing, but it's something I just noticed. Dotson put both of his feet on the other side of the line so he wouldn't get a backcourt violation there. That's just a little smart play by him for sure.
Yeah, heads up. And Dotson came in a little out of control. And it's a loose ball again. Dotson in there fighting for it. I mean, yeah, we talked about the Artesians are really going to need to get in the paint tonight and fight for those rebounds, and they're doing just that.
Yeah, and what we mainly talked about was the Quakers getting their offensive rebounds. I mean, they average 8 a game, but it has been all Martinsville on the rebounding tonight, and Coach Weaver's not happy at all.
Yeah, whenever you're getting out-rebounded by a team whose average height is what, maybe 6 foot?
Yeah, I mean, almost what seems like a foot shorter than the average height of Plainfield, but
Hunter Stroud's going to take it into the paint again, and he's going to get a wide-open layup.
I think he's just shown his athleticism, really. I mean, he's putting moves on people, and he's quick with it, going up and scoring. I really like it. And it's kind of, you just got athletes on the court for Martinsville right now. I mean, all 5 of these guys are football players, and I mean, you add Grady Gardner on the bench, who's been playing most of this game. He's a football player as well, so.
Yeah, these are a group of guys who are not afraid to get on the floor as Baker lands with another three-pointer. That's his second of this second quarter.
Yeah, keep in mind, folks, he is just a freshman as well. He is definitely going to be a super special player for Plainfield in years to come.
Yeah, when I was taking a look at this Plainfield team earlier in the week, I saw Harper Baker land 6'3" freshman, and that he was starting. I was like, geez.
Yeah, you kind of look at it, you're like, is that right? I mean.
Yeah, and I've seen him on the court tonight, and it's just like, I mean, what are his parents feeding this kid?
He's eating his Wheaties, that's for sure.
Here he is, Baker lands, looking to push tempo. He slows down. Plainfield gets set up. There's Noah Smith, a mid-range jump shot. Looked like it could have been a foul. They won't call it. And Smith adds to the score for the Plainfield Quakers.
Yeah, I like how Smith, he could have gotten the foul there like you said for sure, but didn't get the call, just got right back up and got back up on defense. I mean, definitely I'd say would have been a different story if he missed it. Probably would have been a little bit upset that he didn't get the call, but he made it, so good stuff for him.
Here goes A.J. Reynolds into the paint. It gets, oh. I mean, Harper Baker lands, almost had another phenomenal play. He batted it out of bounds. He did go out of bounds with it, but he nearly threw it off of LaFerry before he stepped on that sideline. Stroud thought about the three-pointer.
Yeah, Martinsville doesn't really have any matchups that they can take advantage of right now, so they're not necessarily looking at anyone. I think they're just going to try and see what they can do to score, and you're going to look at these two guys at the bottom of your screen right now.
This Plainfield defense is not letting much of anything happen right now. Gardner on the wing. He'll push it into the paint. He goes up. Shot is no good. But Gardner was fouled, and he'll take it to the line for 2 free throws.
Yeah, you don't want to say this game's kind of getting out of hand for Martinsville. They are down 12 early, but, I mean, there's still a whole nother half to play, and we still have to finish out this half, and hopefully Gardner can cut the lead down to 10 here with these 2 free throws.
Yeah, we talked about for the keys to the game for Plainfield that they're going to need to, share the wealth, get the ball around to their stars. They got 3 guys that average double digits. But, I mean, this could be a key for Martinsville, too. Stroud and Grady Gardner have made up 16 of their 20 points right now.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see them sitting on the bench too much tonight as Gardner, almost gets that one to go, not quite.
Ooh, LaFerry tried to reach there. Noah Smith in the paint, and that one's good. Ooh.
Yeah, it's just this quick play by Martinsville. I was looking down at my sheet. I didn't see what happened, Jack.
Harper Baker Lyons nearly made another amazing defensive play. I believe they got him for a foul.
Yeah, I'll believe you there. I mean, that does not surprise me.
Yeah, you can tell why the Quakers are not hesitant at all to play the freshman at all. I mean, he has been everywhere in this second quarter. No one's played better on the floor than him tonight in the second quarter, maybe in the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, they took him out of the game.
He's got a well-deserved rest on the bench now.
Yeah, Coach Weaver over there high-fiving him. He is nothing but proud of that kid right now.
Yeah, if you're Coach Weaver, you just got to be pretty giddy that you got this kid for not only this year but the next 3 years. LaFerry lost the handle, and that's a turnover on Jace LaFerry.
Yeah, if you're and I just saw Grady Gardner do it. He clapped his hands, said, "Let's go, guys." That's what I was thinking. I mean, you really gotta keep the vibes up, right? You're down 13 with just a minute and a half to go, and you just got to turn over. You got to keep the energy up, and you got to keep your guys into the game.
Oh, man. I mean, that's just not fair. Colin Schmidt with the tip in.
Yeah, he's done that twice now just this quarter.
Not much you can do about it if you're an Artesian.
Yeah, I think the main thing that they would be able to do to prevent that is just try and get a Buttonham and box out. We saw Reynolds do it earlier. Hopefully he can continue to do that, and I think it hit that cord.
Yes, it did. The cord on that basket's wobbling right now.
The forbidden cord.
Trey Barton will take it up the floor. Here's a rare sight to see. A Plainfield Quaker that is below 6 feet. Trey Barton.
That's like I'm seeing a unicorn out there.
But 6'8" sophomore Noah Smith checks us back into reality with his great post play right now. Stroud was looking for Reynolds, couldn't get him. LaFerry surveys on the wing right now.
Wonder if Martinsville's going to try and get the last shot.
I wouldn't be surprised, but at the same time, they got 20 seconds to go in a pretty tough Plainfield defense that's up in their face right now.
Yeah, in a situation like this, when you're trying to get the last shot, I mean, obviously the idea is to get that last shot off. But if you do have an open bucket, I mean, or a back door, you can definitely take advantage of that. I mean, it's free points. You always accept those. And good job by Stroud there on drawing the foul.
Yeah, especially against this Plainfield defense. I mean, you don't want to try to hold the ball for too long and just basically let Plainfield force an easy turnover. You don't want to sit, 30 feet away from the bucket and just let Plainfield steal it in transition. Right as you were trying to get last shot, you take the points when you can get them. And Hunter Stroud hits both of his free throws.
Yeah, pros and cons of that move right there. I mean, the cons, Plainfield gets the last shot, but the pros, he got 2 points out of it. So nobody's mad about that at all.
Landon Gillia has to chuck it from deep. It's no good. We almost saw Schmidt there. The buzzer had already sounded, but Schmidt almost got another tip in. That'll take us to halftime. A very dominant second quarter by the Plainfield Quakers. They're up by 15. You're watching Martinsville versus Plainfield on the MHS Rewind YouTube channel and IHSAA TV. We'll be back for the second half.
My philosophy is we're going to throw the score points in this league and run to it.
Zach Moss the 10. He's at the 5. Touchdown! Another big play for Josh Downs. And he's picked off by the Colts. Puts it outside. Down the far sideline. He's at the 30. And the Colts defense has come up with a stop.
You come to Lucas Oil Stadium, you're in for a 60-minute just brawl.
And it's going to be some exciting football.
We just got a good group of guys that can shock some people. We know what we're capable of, and there's no secret recipe to that. We're just going to work hard and, get to where we want to get to.
Let's go!
We're a young, hungry group, ready to go. We just want to win. Ready to get started.
At Home Bank, we value our communities. Homegrown, home style, home team, home for the holidays, your new home. Because at the end of the day, this is your bank. And when a bank really understands your needs, you feel at home.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're not just good at insurance. We're good at Emma and Jake's just baby-proof their 2-bedroom bungalow to prepare for baby number 1 insurance. We're good at Madeline and Chance's just gave in and became minivan people to make room for baby number 2 insurance. And we're good at Gabby and Nate's just moved to a house with a bigger backyard to welcome fur baby number 3 insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
The IHSAA Student Advisory Committee is a group of 9 junior and 9 senior student athletes from across Indiana, nominated by their principals, who serve as a liaison between the IHSAA and the student athlete community. The SAC provides input and feedback to the IHSAA on a wide range of issues related to high school athletics.
The SAC meets several times each year to receive hands-on leadership skills and to discuss issues related to high school athletics, including sportsmanship, safety, eligibility requirements, and the overall student-athlete experience. The committee also works to promote the values of high school athletics, such as teamwork, respect, and perseverance.
The SAC organizes and participates in various community service and leadership activities throughout the year within their home communities and as ambassadors during IHSAA state championship events, as well as planning and administering the annual Student Leadership Conference, where student athletes come from across the state to learn about leadership and teamwork.
The IHSAA Student Advisory Committee plays an important role in representing the voice of student athletes in Indiana and helps to ensure that high school athletics in the state remain focused on promoting the well-being and development of all participants.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're not just good at insurance. We're good at Matt's one-car, two-bedroom apartment with a home office/home gym insurance. We're good at Nick's SUV and farmhouse with a remodeled kitchen/art gallery insurance.
And we're good at the Wilbur suburban home with the two-car garage/rehearsal space insurance.
Have you seen my hockey socks?
Have you checked your sock drawer?
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Holman, he'll fire his three. Well, folks, it's currently halftime at John R. Wooden Gymnasium with the Plainfield Quakers leading the Martinsville Artesians 37-22. And tonight, it's really been the story of Harper Baker Lands and Colin Schmidt. A little bit of Noah Smith, too, for the Plainfield Quakers. Schmidt had no points in the first quarter, rebounded nicely in the second quarter with 8. Harper Baker Land's presence has not only been felt on the offensive side of the floor, but he has been everywhere defensively. He's got 10 on the night. Then for the Artesians, who have been struggling to get everything going and moving fluidly, Grady Gardner on the night has 10, and Hunter Stroud has 8.
Yeah, Jack, well, for Plainfield, what they've been doing well is obviously what we knew they were going to do, and that's use their size to their advantage. You said Schmidt rebounded well. Yeah, I mean, he's putting his arms up. He's going for the ball high, and, I mean, right when the ball bounces off on a miss, he just tips it right back in. And that's something that Martinsville really can't do much about. And then Baker Lands, he started out the second quarter on fire, was playing with just a different type of energy, and he's been huge for his team so far. And then for Martinsville, it's really been Gardner and Stroud. They've started to take over. Gardner's hit a couple threes, and Stroud's played really well as well. He's been really aggressive, driving to the hoop and finishing well, and that's exactly what Gardner's been doing too.
That's right, Bo. We'll be back here in just 5 minutes for your second half of action with the Plainfield Quakers leading the Artesians by 15. We'll be back soon. You're watching Martinsville versus Plainfield on the MHS Rewind YouTube channel and IHSAA TV.
My philosophy is we're going to throw the score points in this league and run to the
Zach Moss the 10. He's at the 5. Touchdown! Another big play for Josh Downs. And he's picked off by the Colts. Puts it outside. Down the far sideline. He's at the 30. And the Colts defense has come up with a stop.
You come to Lucas Oil Stadium, you're in for a 60-minute just brawl.
And it's going to be some exciting football.
We just got a good group of guys that can shock some people. We know what we're capable of, and there's no secret recipe to that. We're just going to work hard and, get to where we want to get to.
Let's go!
We're a young, hungry group. I'm ready to go. We just want to win. I'm ready to get started.
At Home Bank, we value our communities. Homegrown, home style, home team, home for the holidays, your new home. Because at the end of the day, this is your bank. And when a bank really understands your needs, you feel at home.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're not just good at insurance. We're good at Emma and Jake's just baby-proof their two-bedroom bungalow to prepare for baby number 1 insurance. We're good at Madeline and Chance's just gave in and became minivan people to make room for baby number 2 insurance. And we're good at Gabby and Nate's just moved to a house with a bigger backyard to welcome fur baby number 3 insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
We have a little bit of an extended halftime here tonight because we had a little Artie's shoot-around clinic. We'll be back in just a few minutes after this quick ad break.
At Home Bank, we value our communities. Homegrown. Home style. Home team. Home for the holidays. Your new home. Because at the end of the day, this is your bank. And when a bank really understands your needs, you feel at home.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
All right, folks, we are back, and we're about to get underway in this second half of play. So far, it's been a pretty dominant performance by Plainfield thus far. First quarter, we had a pretty good game on our hands, but Plainfield really just took command of things in the second quarter, and it was a little bit too much for this Artesian team.
Yeah, it was happy vibes for Martinsville. In the first quarter, they forced Plainfield to take an early timeout, which, like I said, I mean, it was just not a better start that they could have asked for Martinsville. And then Plainfield really just they seemed to just lock in more in the second quarter. Baker Lance, he really started to pop off there. Got quick buckets, and Martinsville took a timeout right at the start of the second quarter. I mean, Baker Lance had 5 points in the first minute, but it's been pretty consistent for Martinsville so far. We've had Gardner and Stroud. They've really been the two workhorses. And then for Plainfield, like we said, it's just they have the height. It's tough. You got Colin Schmidt, who's just tipping them right back in after they bounce out, and there's really nothing you can do if you're Martinsville except for keep playing hard and kind of get back to what you were doing in the first quarter when it was a much closer game.
Yeah, in the start of this third quarter here, the Artesians are really going to need an energizing play or an energizing sequence because, like we talked about, Bo, in that first quarter, the Artesians got off to a hot start, which has not been the theme of their first few games of this season, and they got that hot start. They forced Coach Weaver to call that timeout, and they were energized. They continued to play well in that first quarter. Then they had a break. They calmed down a little bit, and Plainfield came out with the energy that the Artesians had in the first quarter, and they dominated ever since. The Artesians need something to really get them going and pump them up here at the start of the second half.
Yeah, so now we're just kind of sitting here wondering who's going to start out hot in the third quarter.
Gardner had an open look there. It's no good. Eli Ellis pops a three. That one's no good. Schmidt with the rebound. The tip-in's no good. He gets it right back. It's been an offensive. Oh, my goodness. Man, it was just 3 Plainfield players in the paint, and they were basically just stat padding. I mean, just rebound, rebound, rebound.
Yeah, I mean, they were all just right there by the bucket. Nobody from Martinsville came in to maybe step in there and put a body into someone and try and box them out. They just kept tipping it back in, and eventually one of them drawed the foul.
Ellis at the top of the key now. Ellis is going to continue to look for those open shots. There's Schmidt with his little turnaround jumper. It's a little too strong. Smith with the rebound. He went up, no good. Foul will be on A.J. Reynolds. Smith on his first free throw is nothing but net.
Yeah, the Artesians are just going to want to kind of focus on their shooting more. They want to hit some more threes, which it's what they like to do. Like we said, they shoot over 25 threes a game, and we just haven't seen that so far. They're not on pace for 25 threes this game. And I'm sure it's something that Coach Suggs wants to do more, and especially wide open threes like that for Gardner, because he won't miss them.
Yeah, Grady Gardner. Let's see if that can set the tone here a little bit for the second half. We saw Gardner shoot a few in the first half. Some fell, some didn't. Quick hands there by Mason Dotson on defense. And the Artesians, like I said, are starting to get that energy pumped back into them that they needed. You know, they got that the three-pointer by Grady Gardner. Quick hands on defense. Yeah, trying to pump some life here into this somewhat dormant Artesians team right now.
Yeah, and lost what I was going to say there. This Plainfield team, I mean, they're not dumb. If Gardner starts to hit threes, they're gonna lock up on Gardner. But thankfully, you have more guys that can shoot the ball. It's not just him. But yeah, see, they got Schmidt down there. They're not gonna leave him open alone again.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you got your 6'7" big man that can shoot, I mean, that's just.
Yeah, that's what you do. If you got a guy that's hot, put your tallest guy on him that can stay with him up and down the court as well.
Yeah,
it's kind of a cheat code for Plainfield, honestly. I mean,
yeah,
that's what you got to do. Just take advantage of it.
In high school basketball, a 6'7" person who can shoot threes, I mean, that's just a defensive nightmare for any coach.
Yeah, that's something that is definitely gazed upon at the college level too.
Ellis shoots a three. His three-pointer is good. We've seen Gardner here shoot 3 threes already in this third quarter. We talked about how they're going to need to get some more of those shots up, but they can't rely on the three-pointer too much, or else Plainfield's going to know how to adjust pretty easily.
Yeah, and they're either going to adjust to it or they're just going to hit threes themselves, as Ellis has done that twice now. He's come back, responded to a Martinsville three with a three-pointer of his own.
Hunter Stroud takes a three of his own. That one's a little too strong. And Baker Lands comes down with the rebound. Ellis thought about the three, finds his big man, Noah Smith. The shot is good and one. What a play by Noah Smith.
We've seen Smith do that a couple times, shoot the shot and have Reynolds contesting the shot and getting maybe a piece of his arm, and it hasn't been called before, but they did call it there, and he knocked down the shot. So, yeah, that's an and one for him. And with that shot, he pushes the lead to over 20 for the Quakers.
Baker Lands is here in the front court defending LaFerre. LaFerre puts a good move on him to get across the half-court line.
Yeah, maybe someone can screen either Baker Lands on the ferry or Schmidt right here on Gardner and try and get one of those guys open.
Yeah, Gardner was standing there on the three-point line. Schmidt was face guarding him and just had a hand about 2 inches away from his face, not even near the ball. He's just trying to block every bit of his sight that he can.
Yeah, I mean, he did his homework. He knows that if you give Gardner any sort of separation, then he'll make you pay. And he did that a lot last year when he was just a freshman.
Here we have that same matchup.
Yeah.
Schmidt on Gardner.
Schmidt's not letting him breathe at all.
No. This Plainfield crowd is starting to get pretty energized. And there goes Baker Lands. Oh, I was thinking we were going to maybe see a little bit of showtime from Baker Lands. He's smiling as he comes down the court. He just took the layup.
Yeah, the whole bench is smiling too. They all know they thought he was going to go up for the dunk there.
Baker Lands giving LaFerrier a hard time. A.J. Reynolds went up. Physical play there between the two, A.J. Reynolds and Noah Smith. Smith gets called for the foul and will send Reynolds to the free throw line. Bo, that's something I think we might see Coach Staggs harp on a little bit. You know, his team, they've already shot, I believe, 6 threes here in this third quarter, and we still got a little over 3.5 minutes to go. They're going to, you know, Staggs is going to want his guys to get in the paint a little bit more. He talked to me before the season about Gardner. He was a great three-point shooter last year, and, you know, don't forget about that. He's still a great three-point shooter, but they're going to need a little bit more from him and a little bit more from the other guys. They can't just sit on the perimeter and chuck up threes every single game unless they're going to shoot 40+%, because it's just not a recipe for a winning season. They're going to need to get in the paint.
And don't get me wrong, the Artesians, they're a really good three-point shooting team, but you just can't rely on that. You can't only shoot threes. You got to be able to. And it's tough to get in the paint tonight because obviously there's such a size advantage for Plainfield as they get Gardner with the travel there. But yeah, I mean, it's tough for them to stay in the paint for this game, and they're obviously wanting to go out and shoot the ball. But props to Plainfield for even putting their big guys on the perimeter to not let those open three-point shots.
Vanderbush is no good on the inside move. Eli Ellis for 3. Boom!
Yeah, that's his second of the quarter, and Martinsville's going to take a timeout, and Plainfield has doubled their score. They're up 26 now, and we're over halfway through this third quarter.
Yeah, this is an offensive domination here by Plainfield tonight. They average just over 60 points per game, and they're only 8 points away from that mark. And there's still over 3 minutes to go here in this third quarter.
Yeah, and with such a talented offensive team like Plainfield is, I'm sure Coach Staggs he set a goal for his players and said they cannot score over this many points. You just got to wonder what was that goal. It could have been 60 because that is their average, but. Yeah, I think Coach Stagg definitely gave his team goals on what they need to do defensively, and then also I'm sure he wanted to limit their offensive rebounds because that's something that they've done really well with their size. And Martinsville's done a very good job. They've actually kind of turned the tables on them and controlled the boards offensively as well. They've definitely been crashing the boards on offense.
Yeah, something that definitely has been critiqued through practice this week for the Artesians is they got to get probably 4, if not 5 people in the paint to help pull down rebounds, whether it be offensively or defensively.
Yeah, Baker Lands, he's all in LaFerrier's face, and they're going to get him on a reach there, I believe.
Yeah, that'll happen to you sometimes whenever you're playing that hard defense like Baker Lands has been playing all night, mostly matched up on LaFerrier. Here we have Baker Lands on LaFerrier yet again.
Yeah, Martinsville they've played a really good game tonight, honestly. I mean, they played a great first quarter, and then they were still playing good in the second half. And I mean, they've played good, and Plainfield is still up by this much. That just shows you how special of a team this Plainfield group is. I mean, I don't think we're going to be surprised at all if we see this team make a deep run in the tournament as well.
Yeah, for sure.
I think they got AJ with 5 seconds.
Oh, they actually got Hunter Stroud for a shoving.
Oh. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, that suffocating defense that Plainfield's playing right now. Hunter Stroud maybe either just trying to create separation or getting a little frustrated. was a little too physical on trying to get open. There's Chris Arvanitis. He bangs up the three.
Yeah, that's a good-looking shot from Arvanitis. That's his first three that he's shot, and that was pure.
Hunter Stroud puts up a three of his own, and he responds. Hunter Stroud with the three.
I will say, that one looked pretty pure as well.
Yeah.
Stroud was wide open in the corner. And
Eli Ellis going to take one now. Oh, man.
That's a sight you don't usually see. Eli Ellis wide open, missing a three. I really thought he was gonna hit that one and just keep the three-point streak going. And Gardner takes a deep one.
Oh my goodness!
Straight money from Gardner.
Well, you know, forget what I said earlier. I mean, if you're gonna make those threes, why not shoot them 25+ times a game? Eli Ellis for three. Oh my goodness!
You get a three. You get a three. I mean, they're just giving out threes both ways. Playing quick, moving the ball up the court. That's the result. When you play quick like that, you don't give the defense a chance to get back and get set up, and you have open teammates around the perimeter. And
yeah,
I don't know what we have here. Doesn't look like Coach Staggs knows what we have as well. There's Reese Wolf. Doesn't look like he knows either.
Yeah, after Eli Ellis knocked up that three, the refs congregated just beyond midcourt. Not sure exactly what it is that they're reviewing or discussing, but seems like the game will continue as if nothing happened.
Yeah, this is what we would have seen if that little intermission didn't happen at all. So,
play ball. Here's Dotson bringing up the ball. Reese Wolf tried to hand it off. Eli Ellis ended up with the ball. They're going to get Ellis for a foul, though.
Yeah, Wolf tried to hand it off to Stroud, and Ellis got in the way of the pass, so good job there, but got a little bit too physical with it. Send Stroud to the line.
Stroud hits his first free throw. Stroud hits both of his free throws. The Artesians bringing a little bit of a press themselves.
Yeah, just trying to get something going. And
oh, Noah Smith taking the roof off this place.
Getting the M1 call as well. That just, I mean, that just gets the team going. And Dodson's hurt. I think he went up to block it. I feel like his hand might have got pinned against the rim maybe, but he seems to be in some pain. Let's see that again. Maybe not. Yeah, I mean, Baker Lands, he saw the opportunity and went up for it. And, yeah, I think Dodson just
maybe hit his wrist off the backboard.
Yeah, he hit his wrist off something.
Yeah, it's the wrist/hand area that seems to be bothering Dodson. He came out of the game. But, you know, that's just an unfortunate sequence if you're Mason Dodson. The press worked out. He got his hand on the ball. He tipped it. Thought he made a great defensive play. It landed right in the hands of Noah Smith, and he went up and made a great play. And on top of it, Dotson suffered an injury. We'll hope he's okay, and will return to action here after not too long. Noah Smith going up again. Oh, that was almost another great play, but Gardner took the charge. I mean, that's got to be a little bit of a scary sight if you're Gardner, seeing 6'8" Noah Smith flying at you at full speed.
Yeah, and that was kind of a scary sight for, yeah, he hit the deck hard. That was a scary sight for anybody watching the game as well. Yeah, thankfully both players are okay, and a really good job by Grady. He knew that probably didn't have the advantage just trying to contest the shot, so he said, all right, I'll try and take a charge, and worked perfectly.
Yeah, in that situation, you got 6'8" Noah Smith versus 6'2" Grady Gardner. And Noah Smith's coming at you full head of steam. What do? Set your feet, take the charge. Speaking of Grady Gardner, there is another three-pointer.
Yeah, and it's just so smooth. You can tell that he has worked on that exact move, coming out of the paint and then getting set up for a three with nobody around you. I mean, it's a practice for him.
Gardner's got 12 here in the third quarter. As there's Chris Arvanitis, little pump fake, mid-range jump shot is good.
Yeah, Chris Arvanitis just coming off the bench and really showing what he's got in his bag of tricks. Really impressed with what I've seen from him in this third quarter.
Yeah, contributing some great minutes off the bench for sure. Gardner's going in against Noah Smith. And Smith's upset that he got the foul called, but he did get the foul called. Grady will go to the line for 2 shots. 4.5 seconds here left in this third quarter of play. After these free throws, you can imagine that we're looking for Plainfield trying to advance the ball pretty quickly, see if they can get a quick shot off.
Yeah, Jack, I mean, talk about the three-point shooting from Martinsville. Gardner has 4 himself, and Bakerlands might hit one here.
Oh, my goodness.
Splash. You have entered the splash zone, Bakerlands says.
I mean, that's just the cherry on top. Bakerlands, along with numerous other players of this Plainfield team, have been having a great game tonight, and that's just a stab in the chest if you're Martinsville, adding insult to injury. That'll do it for the third quarter here. We have Plainfield leading 65-39 in an offensive clinic. We will be back for the fourth quarter here soon. You're watching Martinsville versus Plainfield on the MHS Rewind YouTube channel and IHSAA TV. We'll be back.
My philosophy is we're going to throw the score points in this league and run to the
Zach Austin 10. He's at the 5. Touchdown! Another big play for Josh Downs. And he's picked off by the Colts. Puts it outside. Down the far sideline. He's at the 30. And the Colts defense has come up with a stop.
You come to Lucas Oil Stadium, you're in for a 60-minute just brawl.
And it's going to be some exciting football.
Fourth quarter here is now underway. Noah Smith in the corner was thinking about taking it. He decided not to. Oh, my. I mean, what can you do to stop it, folks?
Does that count as a dunk, Jack? I think he went up. I think his fingers touched the rim.
Well,
I mean,
I don't know. It was pretty close to it. We'll leave that for the fans to decide.
But also, I heard somewhere that for it to count as a dunk, your arm just has to be above the rim when you go down. As Gardner doesn't get the and one, actually gets a charge called on him. But, yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I'll resume after this. Yeah, just Gardner was going in there with full head of steam, and that's just a really tough play by Gilead.
Artisans bringing up a press of their own here. Bakerlands taking the ball up the floor. Well, that was pretty easy for the Plainfield Quakers.
Yeah, and it's Arvanitis again. He has 9 just in. He has 7 of the 9 in this second half, and yeah, gets him started out very well.
Yeah, Bakerlands there just basically just blew by everybody, gave it to Arvanitis, and there was no one under the rim for Arvanitis to even have to worry about being contested by.
Yeah, and that bucket increases the lead to 30 points. The running clock is 35 points. Once Plainfield gets up by 35 points, then the clock will only stop on free throws and timeouts, obviously.
Plainfield is, after this game, This game will definitely help their season average of points per game, as they're currently 9 over their season average of points per game. Plainfield had almost no break here on the timeout. Coach Weaver must be feeling himself, because I can't imagine he said probably more than a sentence or so before they got out of timeout.
I mean, what is there to say? I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, you're up this big. Friday night game, prime time. It's exactly what he wanted from his guys. There's really not much to say.
Yeah. There's probably something about, good job, guys. Keep it going. Get back out there.
He's probably saying, I mean, get the lead to 35 so we can go home quicker. And sure, that's something that's on his mind. But Coach Staggs, I'm sure he has the complete opposite on his mind. And at this point, when you're down this much with where we're in the fourth quarter now at this point, you just want to see your guys just play hard and not give up. And you're gonna start to rotate some guys, get some of the guys that are more playing JV in, but
Eli Ellis there finds Chris Arvanitis cross court. That three-pointer is no good. Chris Arvanitis almost put himself in double-digit points, and here goes Hunter Stroud. Stroud went up. They
got Schmidt on the shooting foul there. That's a tough call. It looked like he got just the ball there, and I think that's what he thought as well. Okay, so Schmidt actually did not commit a foul, so technically I was right.
Hunter Stroud hits his first free throw. That foul was on Baker Lands. Picked up his fourth, one more, and he's gone. I'm sure the Plainfield isn't too worried about it, though.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll see really any of these five guys in for much longer, as right as I say that, Plainfield checks in 4 guys coming off their bench.
Baker Lands has contributed such a great night, both offensively and defensively, for this team. I'm sure that Coach Weaver isn't too upset about his foul trouble. Oh, my. Oh, even though Schmidt did not pull down the rebound, he tipped it out to Chris Arvanitis, who couldn't make a play there in the post. But, I mean,
yeah, props to Reynolds there. He swatted that one off the backboard, I think.
There goes all of the starting lineup, 4 of the 5 of the starting lineup. They remain Colton East in the game. Gardner looking to push the pace, lost the handle a little bit. He pulls up from 3. Oh my, Grady Gardner.
Just putting on a 3-point shooting clinic, really, he is.
Yeah, Grady Gardner, if nothing else, the Artesians have Grady Gardner for this year and 2 more. He's had a great night tonight. Nearly 30 points for Gardner.
And that's with 6 3-pointers as well. That's a great move. Goes to the bucket. Can't score, but there's Zane Capshaw putting it right back up. Yeah, you see guys like Capshaw who don't normally get varsity minutes just coming in and making a big play like that. And that's exactly something that Schmidt was doing all game. The little putbacks, but
speaking of Capshaw, he just had a good defensive possession there in the paint. Unfortunately, Martinsville could not corral the rebound. Arvanitis in the post goes up. Oh,
I think he might have pushed off. That's the only thing I could imagine is that they get him for
push off.
Yeah.
From our angle, it didn't really look like he touched really anybody, but they get Arvanitis there on the charging foul.
Yeah, we did not have the a good angle for seeing what happened there.
LaFerre was looking for Gardner on the back door. Instead, Reese Wolf finds him on the opposite wing. They feed Capshaw on the post. Back out to Wolf.
No call there. That was a physical play. Kind of surprised we didn't get either a blocking or a charge there.
Colton East goes up on Zane Capshaw. And that's Colton East's first points of the night. Gardner puts up a 3 on Arvanitis. That one comes up well short.
Yeah, I think if I'm Gardner, I'm maybe calling for a screen there and getting some just getting open, really, if you do. If you call for a screen, and then if Arvanitis tries to get back over, you can do a pick and pop.
Yeah, on that last play, they don't have – Plainfield currently does not have either of their big men in, neither Noah Smith, who is 6'8", or Colin Schmidt, who is 6'7". But it doesn't matter because they got Colton East, the 6'1 junior, doing the same work that Schmidt's been doing all night. He got the quick offensive rebound and tipped it back in.
And then they got Arvanitis, too. He's 6'4".
Yeah.
He's giving him some really good minutes.
For sure.
Scoring-wise as well, he has 9 points tonight. All of them coming in the second half, except for 2.
Gardner right now is probably in search of the 30-point mark. If he gets one more basket, he will get there.
Yeah, something to know. I don't think we've seen Lane Taylor on the court since he got his technical foul, have we, Jack?
We have not, no. And I believe that's one of Coach Kip Stagg's policies. If you get a technical foul, you're done for the night. And as a former member of the team, if you got a technical foul, the next week of practice, you are running laps every day.
Oh, man.
So, as we see Lane Taylor on the end of that bench there, we can just imagine the emotion with him. Very, very upsetting for the senior to get knocked out of the game in the first quarter early on.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I think it was the first quarter as well when it happened. So.
It was.
Seeing this chin offense for Martinsville. I think they're just going to try and move the ball until they get some sort of an open shot.
Stroud looked to create something for himself there.
It's probably going to happen on a back door, if I had to guess.
Gardner looking to make a shot for himself.
Yeah.
Has nowhere to go.
Really good defense by Gilead there.
Stroud's 3 bounces around and falls. They find Colton East in the paint. However, they are going to get Vanderbush on the travel after the dish from East came down to him. A little over 2 minutes here to go and a very dominating performance from the Plainfield Quakers. Gardner takes a deep 3. That one's no good.
Yeah, I think that one might have been a little bit too deep. It's one thing if you're wide open and you take a shot like that, but he did have Barton in his face with a hand up.
Landon Gilead is guarded by Gardner. Gilead's looking to just take time off the clock as he dishes it to Barton. Here goes Gilead in the paint. Oh, a very nice pass. Doesn't end up working out for any points, but a great pass there by Gilead.
Ooh.
Another nice pass, man.
That was right to the hands of Vanderbush, too. He was definitely not expecting that, and I can't blame him for not expecting that one. I wouldn't either.
Yeah, two great passes on that sequence from Gilead. Unfortunately for him, end up in nothing.
Yeah,
that is great court vision.
That was very smooth. Definitely got the starters going on the bench, too. They're loving that.
Alex Stout right now with the ball. Appeared in his first minutes here in varsity. And here goes Landon Gilead. Decides to take it back out as there's only under a minute left. layup is no good.
Yeah, Robertson tried to draw a charge there, but good job on the Quaker and Reese Wolf drains a 3.
That's Wolf's first points of the night.
That's not something we see him do a lot. He rarely shoots the 3, but
yeah, Wolf is
he hit it.
Yeah, Wolf's the kind of player that's, you put in for a defensive possession or you put in for rebounding. He's a hustle player. You don't usually see him take it from outside. He'll get in the paint and he'll do work in the paint. 3-point shot is not usually anything you see from him, but there he knocks it up for what will be the last points of this contest. And Barton will run down the clock, and the Plainfield Quakers take it. That will do it from John R. Wooden Gymnasium, and the Artesians fall to the Plainfield Quakers. I would like to thank everyone for watching, and a big thanks to the students at the broadcasting program at MHS who produced it. For those students, along with my broadcast partner, Bo Dilley, I'm Jack Reeves. Good night, everyone.